All right, number 8. We want to write the equation that represents the linear approximation to the following function at a given point A. We're going to use linear approximation to estimate the given quantity, and then we'll compute the percent error in approximation given by this formula. All right, so can't see that. F of x is equal to 11 minus x squared. And we are looking at A equals 2. And then we're going to approximate the point F of 2.1. All right, so linear approximation formula, just remind us, is f of a plus f prime of a times x minus a. Okay, just like point slope formula, just move that term over. So we need to plug in a to the function to get this value. So let's find f of a. Sorry, f of a is f of 2. 11 minus 2 squared. 11 minus 4, and we get 7. All right, so this is 7. Let's find the derivative. F prime of x. Derivative here, we're going to take the derivative of a constant. It's going to be 0. And then we'll do power rule, so negative 2x. And so here's our derivative. We need f prime of a, so we're going to plug in 2. That will be negative 2 times 2, which gives us negative 4. All right, so we have our f of a, or f prime of a. We have f of a, and then we'll just multiply this. So linear approximation is going to be 7 plus a negative 4 times the quantity x minus the a value of 2. All right, and so simplifying, 7 minus 4x plus 8, and then we get negative 4x plus 15. So this is our linear approximation function. We're going to use the linear approximation f of 0.21. So if we plug in 2.1, this gives me a negative 8.2 plus 15. Subtract, we'll get 6.8. So we think this is going to be approximately 6.8 using linear approximation. That's what we did. Let me just make sure I did my math correct. I'll just type the whole thing in. Negative 4 is 2.1, and then plus 15. 6.6. How did I? That's 8. Oh, times 4. I did times 2. Okay, that's my problem. This is 8.4. So we're getting 6.6. Got to be careful with the math. All right, and then the percent error. Okay, so the percent error, we're going to use the approximation. We're going to subtract the exact divided by the exact. Okay, so our approximation is getting us 6.6. The exact is what we get when we plug in 2.1 to the actual function. So I'll use calculator and compute this as well. So we're going to do 11 minus x squared. The x squared is going to be 2.1. So 11 minus 2.1 squared. And the exact is 6.59. So it's pretty close. All right, so 6.59, that's just a 0.01 difference, divided by 6.59. And then we have absolute value bars around all this, and we're going to multiply times 100, which is going to give us a percent. Let's type it all in. It should just be 0.1 divided by 6.59, but 6.6 minus 6. All right, 6.6 minus 6.59 divided by 6.59. And then move the decimal place over twice, 1, 2. So we'll get 0.15%. 3 decimal places. 0.152.